50 years, Black Uhuru has remained as one of the most popular, recognized, and prolific reggae bands from Jamaica. The living legends have earned several achievements in the music industry, including winning the first ever Grammy Award for reggae music. Their long success, along with having the highest reggae record sales after Bob Marley and the most songs sampled by other artists over the years, has allowed them to become ambassadors of reggae. Welcome to the Black Uhuru DocuCast. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Muscle, and this is another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast. And today we have a really special guest. He's a Grammy Award winner. He's been nominated 8 times, has 14 full-length albums, 7 instrumental dub albums, 4 live albums. They have the highest record sales behind Bob Marley. You know, we have in the building today, we have Duckie Simpson of Black Uhuru in the building today. What's going on, big boss?
Big up, Muscle, 9-star general. It's a long, long way from Jamaica to here. Give thanks.
You understand. On this podcast, we like to take it right from the beginning and then bring it right up to 2021. But I know somebody like you, we're going to have to do this in several parts because you have such a long history and complicated history too. But we're going to start it off and then see where we get to. You understand?
50 year of complication. Over 50 years of complication, you know?
That's a long time, boss. So generally, the first question I like to ask is, where did you grow up in Jamaica and what type of child were you?
Where did I grow up? I was born on Thompson Street in front of the Ambassador Door Theatre, right on the border of Rima and Jonestown. But when I look at my birth certificate, it say I was born on Maxwell Avenue. Mm-hmm. And I was born on the 24th of the 6th, 1950. Wow. But my birth certificate says the 22nd of the 6th, 1950. Mm. So that's what I've been working with. I've been working with the 24th all my life. So I just keep working with the 24th. And my name was spelled, on my birth certificate, my name spelled D-E-R-E-K. Mm-hmm. But I've been spelling my name all my life, D-E-R-R-I-C-K.
Got you.
Yeah, so we work with Thompson Street and 24th of the 6th, 1950, and D-E-R-R-I-C-K.
Got you. And what type of child were you growing up in the neighborhood at this time here now?
Well, I was born in front of the Ambassador Theatre. When I was 1 year old, which was 51 Storm. I think it was Charlie. And my parents moved to Asquith Street. Mm-hmm. So I was at Asquith Street for a short period, maybe until I was about 4 or 5. Then I moved to Moore Street off Maxwell Avenue, just a little below Channel 1. Mm-hmm. And I left from Maxwell Avenue when I was about 11, between 11 years to 11 and a half years after taking common entrance, and went to Waterhouse.
What was it like growing up in Waterhouse as a child now, 11-year-old child?
Well, Waterhouse was a tough neighborhood, you know, as everybody know. Mm-hmm. It was very fruitful. We had a lot of cane, you know, 'cause I moved there in the night. Mm-hmm. And when I woke up in the morning, it was like I was in country. A lot of cane, a lot of callaloo, a lot of hockey, mangoes, all kind of fruit, you name it, you know. So now I'm in Waterhouse, about 11 years of age, living with my mother and one sister. Mm-hmm. And stuff like that. My father was in the USA.
Okay. And Waterhouse, what type of vibe was it like in Waterhouse at this time here now?
At that time, Waterhouse was a very nice place for me, you know, 'cause coming from Kingston in Rima, you know, and getting to Waterhouse now is a new environment. It's like a country environment, you know. Waterhouse was very residential, you know. Mm-hmm. House with lawn and nice houses comparing to where I was coming from in Trenchtown and stuff like that. And Even in Trenchtown at one time, Trenchtown was very residential also. A certain part of Trenchtown, you know. So in Waterhouse now, that's where I learn. I start growing up. Now, at 11, my mother died at about when I was 11 and a half year old. And I was living with my aunt for a very short period and was coming under some pressure from her husband. So I just left. I just left my auntie and was on the road with my friends. You know, I have a lot of friends in Waterhouse who had nice houses and live with their parents. So I'll be back and forth from my friends them when I can get a chance to get a sleep. You know, I'll take a sleep in one of my friend's yard or something. I have to make sure I get out before his mother wake up. And that's how I was growing now for a while, you know. No mother, no father, you know.
Okay, and then, so it's basically you had to grow up quickly at this time here now.
Big time, big time. At 15 years old, I was a big man, doing things that big man do. I was a gambler at 15 years old. I was running a betting shop, selling bets for the owner by the name of Stanley, you know, and had friends like Sonny. You know, we sell bets every weekend for the betting shop and we gamble and we do whatever we want to do. Go to the river, go to all over the places, you know, shoot bird and stuff like that. And so after my mom died, and when I tell you that I was living with my aunt, she was in Cockburn Pen.
Okay.
You know, Cockburn Pen, Muddyford Road. Was living there for a while, then she moved from Cockburn Pen, go close by to another venue in house. I was there. So I learned all my fishing skill and all my bird shooting skill and all my hunting skill, catching crab in Cockburn Pen because I was stepping with a crew of Indians.
Okay.
There was a lot of Indians in Cockburn Pen. And in my crew, I was the only black guy. So that's where I develop all my skill in hunting. You know, we go on the road at the daytime, go hustle down by the river, you know, catch fish, beard, get in chop cane. When we're coming back home, we have a lot of cane and we have fish and stuff. And that's when I tell you that I leave my aunt's house now after getting pressure from my father, my uncle-in-law, and went back to Waterhouse. And went back to Waterhouse now, link up with them Waterhouse youth, you know, and, you know, I tried the place and thing. By this time, I was about getting to 11 and a half, 12.
And at this time, do you remember, was your name called Doc Holliday at this time here?
No, I was called Doc Holliday at a short time. You know, when we're gambling, my friend them would say, "Hi, we're coming like Doc Holliday, man," you know. But Doc Holliday wasn't really one of my name. You know, my name was like Duckie, you know. I have some friends like Jammy, Garth. I call Garth Fowler. Garth called me Shot because Shot was one of my name. I had like 4 or 5 friends used to call me Shot. Instead of saying Jammy, instead of saying Duckie, they'd say, "What's up, Shot?" You know, Jammy was one of them. He would call me Shot too, and I would call Jammy Liza.
Okay.
I don't even know if Jammy remember those names. Liza, you know, and thing.
And that was then, so you know Jammys for a long time now then?
Yeah, man, big time, man. I know Jammy when me just come out of short pants, man. Me and Jammy a kick it, man. Draw enough ganja pipe and I tried the place and thing, and Jammy was apprentice with Tubbies.
Yes, man.
In fix amplifier, you know, and stuff like that. I would go down to Tubbies. I would go check Jammy, because me and Jammy is big friend. And, you know, sometime I'll get the opportunity to go inside a Jammy yard, because Jammy mother was very strict. And in those days, she was like a white lady to us, you know. Okay. Like a Jamaican white lady, and she don't put up with the crap. But somehow she had a soft spot for me, you know, because I was like a Roma, and Jammy was like a youth growing up very decent and eat with knife and fork and stuff like that and that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So Jammy's at Tubby's apprentice, kicking it, have his little sound. He always have a sound. And me and Jammy was kicking it, and he's like, nobody believed in me that I could sing. You know, never. I tell people that I'm a singer, they would laugh and sing. You can't sing, man. Mm. But Jammy had the you know, Jammy believe in me, and you always say, don't worry, shop, man. When I get some time from Tubby's, or when I get the money, I go and do an album with you and stuff like that. You know?
When did you, okay, so even before you get to Jammy's, when did you discover that you like music, you could sing, or you wanted to get involved with music?
All right. My father played a rumba box. You know what's a rumba box?
Explain it to me.
It's a box you sit on, and it has 4 iron metal, and you play, you put your hands between your legs like this, and you play it. It's a bass. It's a bass. It produces bass sound, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what my father used to play and sing. And he was a singer. And he used to sing Mentor. Mm-hmm. He was not a professional singer. Like on Saturdays, he will get with his friend them, and I will be there, and he will play. They will play and sing right through the day and drink alcohol and play a rumba box and sing, and I'll be there taking in the session every Saturday with them. And but I was a youth now who was a radio singer. I know all the radio songs.
Mm.
So in other words, I was like a bathroom singer. That's where I get my training, listening to the radio. You know, at that time, all American singer, you know, Beer Soul and Manhattans and Shy Lights and all these American singers and things like that. And, you know, we have Ken Booth and all those guys, Alton and the whole 9 yards. And so I think that's where I get my music touch from. My father wasn't professional, but I was so lucky to become a professional singer.
From there. All right. And then when did you actually start to pursue it now, to say, okay, you wanted to get into the industry? Were you a part of a song? How did you get into the business?
No song. The only 2 songs I know at that time was King Tubby's and Jammy's.
Mm.
You know, then you have Uri and them guys. But I did not sing and song. I go to dances, you know, but I was not a youth to follow sound or sing and sound and thing, you know. I just go to dancing, listen a lot of radio music, sing when the radio is playing, know a lot of songs, and that was like my training, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know that I wanted to be a singer, you know. Always telling my friends them that I'm gonna be a movie star, you know. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be very famous, and you know. And that was my goal and thing, always talking about music and stuff like that, but did not take music serious.
Okay.
I took music serious when I met Fowler.
Okay.
I've been calling Garth Fowler all my life. Mm-hmm. So it's, you know, that's when I take us.
How did you guys meet?
I was kicking it one day in Waterhouse, and I have a friend by the name of Lumting.
Mm-hmm.
We call him Junior, because my name is Junior to him.
Okay.
That was my pet name at birth. Mm-hmm. And Junior came to me and said, yo, shut, Duckie. No, he calls me Duckie. Duckie, there's a guy just moved, come live beside me, you know. And it looked like he know about music and thing, you know. I'm saying, and I'm saying, yeah, man. I'm saying, all right, now come check him, because by that time I had a little guitar. Mm-hmm. And I would always have when Lumting was the one who carries my guitar. Wherever we go, Lumting would carry my guitar. And I'm learning 1 and 2 chords, you know, like I'm holding like a G, I'm holding like a C and a D and stuff like that. So I went around there to check this new neighbor now that Lumting is telling me about. And when I went, that was where I met Fowler. You know, that was where I met Garth and thing, and we were very young, you know. Maybe we were about 16 or 15 or something like that. Could be 14 too.
Okay.
You know? And I'm like, hey, what's up, man? And he's like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, where you from? And he's like, Trenchtown. And I'm like, you're from Trenchtown? And he's like, yeah. And then he took my guitar from me. And he played 2 cards and thing. So he was a little ahead of me. He could play a little better than me. So I was surprised. I'm like, yo, what so you can play, man? And you know Bob Marley? And he said, well, me if I know Bob Marley, man, I'm going to tell you say Trenchtown I come from. Bob Marley verse in my yard. I said, Bob Marley verse in your yard. And he said, my sister sing with Bob Marley, which is Joy. And I say, hey, do you know someone know Bob Marley too? And thing, and because one will farm up me and you know. And thing, because as I say, he was a little bit advanced more than me, could play a few cards better than me, and could sing a little better than me also. You know? I said, boy, you can't go to Trench up and know about Marley, because I want to learn the chemistry and thing, you know. And I said, yeah, man. But I think he was a man now who just see Bob Marley. But when he took me to Trenchtown, I realized that he was really Bob Marley friend. Real friend. When he took me to Trenchtown, he didn't took me to Bob Marley. He took me to Wailing Soul.
Okay.
Because Wailing Soul was living on, I think, 1st Street, right in front of the park. And I was excited and wow, Wailing Soul, and these guys jams every day and would, you know, start jamming, start learn the chemistry, a little chemistry around Wailing Soul. And then Bob Marley start to rehearse at Wailing Soul. Bob Marley was established this time.
Yeah.
Very famous, but not famous in Jamaica. Don't let nobody fool you. Jamaican people did not like Bob Marley. Right?
Yeah.
All those rocksteady singers and all those ska singers, they all hated Bob Marley with a passion. Don't let none of them fool you.
Why would you say that?
Rasta man, in those days, man, Rasta walk in a gully. Police see you, hold you and trim you. And Jamaican people used to call Bob Marley Dirty Rasta. Well, all of us, you know, and things. So all those singers, when I met them, all of them, they hated Bob Marley. I can name them from top to bottom. All of them where you see come dread now and say them a Rasta and thing. It was like, it's like a joke to me because these people fight Rasta so much in the beginning in my time when I come up and see them. All of them, you know, used to fight Rasta. Even Tommy Cowan was a big Rasta, you know. Yes. So-called. Till I come live to see Tommy Cowan fight Rastafari. And Bob is developed now. And as I said, Bob is famous. Jamaican famous. You know, and thing. So when Bob thing manifests and kick off of the ground, all these people now, like all these musicians and all these female singers, and everybody now start to dread. Because Bob start bring the uptown downtown. So we have now a lot of brown people like Tommy Cowan, Cat Core, and all the uptown guys now who is getting into rebel vibes and 12 Tribe and, you know, in Bob American singers, you know, Diane Jobson, you name it. Everybody start to dread. And everybody saying them is Rasta. No, I know them wasn't a Rasta. I used to watch them. One girl could joke about Diane Jobson, you know, that great woman, you know. When Bob took Diane Jobson to Jamaica, and in those days, Rasta don't supposed to talk to white people and certain thing, and there's no fire, enough judgment. So the man them a fling a lot of judgment on Bob and say, "Oh no, I too man," and and some man I say, "Baba, your girlfriend," and and Bob used to say, "She's my liar, leave her alone." And she would be sweeping up Bob yard every day. She in these white tall skirts and, you know, with flowers in her hair and She looked very excited to me. I've never seen white people so close to me. And, you know, I used to admire her thing, and I can't even make the guys them know that I really like her, you know. And them are born her too, you know. Deep down in my heart, I used to like her. And it's a joke I gave about Diane, you know. And would you believe it? Say I live. And everybody used to say she's not Rasta, and white people can't be Rasta, and blah, 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 blah. And I live to see all of Bob Marley friend them who said them was Rasta. And all his musician. And all of them who work with him. I live to see the whole of them trim. And fight Rastafari. And up to this day, Diane is carrying our precepts. See, this is the white woman where everybody used to blah, 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 you know. That's why I don't listen to people. You know? And now, Diane is still carrying our precepts. And all of Bob Marley, so-called Rasta friend them, the whole of them, trim. See? Yeah, man.
So then that was when you met him over at Garth Dennis's place over there. That's where you met Bob Marley.
I think that was before I met Bob at Trenchtown. If my head remember me right, that was before, you know, Bob had this place up by Oak Road, you know. So if I'm remembering right, I think I used to go up at Oak Road before I met Bob in Trenchtown, or it's the next way. I met Bob in Trenchtown first and then start the Oak Road after. You know, because Bob used to come to Wailing Soul and rehearse. So that's where I used to start. Kick it with, I never used to kick it with Bob. I used to kick it with Wailing Soul, but Bob would be there and I'm watching the chemistry from Bunny, you know, Bunny and Peter. In those days, and it was like the thing to sing because everybody wanted to sing and because I remember Shy Lights, Temptation, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, all these guys, harmony guys, you know. So that's how I pick up an harmony now and start watch Bunny them and watch the chemistry and decide, say, boy, I'm going to be a harmony singer, you know. I never take up the lead thing, you know. And
it was always you wanted to be harmony.
Yes, because I think it was more interesting to me at that time, you know.
So even in your career, even in your life, when did you start to say Rastafari?
Oh, at that early age, maybe about 13 plus. I start putting on my nuts when I was about 13 plus and thing. And start yell Rastafari. Because my Rastafari treading now go very deep. Because I used to trad with the famous Rasta them in Jamaica as a youth. Like Martin Planner. One of the teacher, Rasta Neil Hartman. Then I met Kojo Brown, who was my mentor, came from England, met Kojo, and I start trad the trad now. I even walked from Kingston to Montego Bay.
What? How long did it take you to do that?
No, not how long it take me to do that. Who convinced you to do that?
I don't know what that's the better question.
My friend Kojo now, he's a soldier, he's a military man in the British Army. So when he came down to Jamaica and we link up, he's like, well, I need for you to take me to Bob Marley. I want to know Peter Tosh. I want to know Bunny Wailers. You know? I want to know. So I was the one who carried him to introduce him to Martin Planner. At that time, I was very young, you know. Very young, maybe about, very young. I was the one who introduced him to Martin Planner. Then I carried him where Bob Marley was. And Peter Tosh, and then him and Bob them get very tight. And Peter Tosh them. Because even my friend Kojo Brown, he was the first Ras. Apart from Bongo Eddie. You know who is Bongo Eddie?
Tell me about him.
Bongo Eddie is King Emmanuel.
Okay.
The Bobo priest, King Emmanuel. That's Bongo Eddie.
Okay.
When I used to see Rasta wearing robe, those are the Rasta I used to see wearing robe. And Bongo Eddie come from a Pocomanian background. So his robe, him and him crew robe were mostly like Pocomania and robe, you know? That's the style and thing. My friend now, Kodja Brown, was the first one now who introduced robe to Peter Tosh, and a lot of singers wearing robe now came from that time. Because Peter now started to wear robe also.
Yeah.
You know? And Bob Marley didn't wear any robe. And Bunny would wear a robe. Bunny wear a robe mostly on stage. But Bunny never used to wear a robe during him stepping as a youth. Bunny was a road boy, you know. Bunny Wailers, and the Wailers, them was very militant, you know, intimidating to people. You could call them a bully. That's how people would see them, you know. And think, look, enough of my stepping and my attitude and flex. I got it from the Wailers, you know. And
right.
and how the way Wailers behave, I find it fascinating. Peter Tosh, you know. Peter Tosh walk on him 2 point, and this guy is like, you know, when I look at Bob Marley, I can see a glow right around the gang. I know the gang was going to be the biggest thing in the world. I tell my friend them that, you know, so Bob Marley going to be the biggest singer in the world, even bigger than Michael Jackson. And me and one of my friends get into a fight one day because I was saying Bob Marley and he was saying Curtis Mayfield, and we get into a big fight and Ray, you know. So now I'm trading with Kodja now, the great Kodja Brown. And then Ras Daniel Hartman live almost in front of Garth, which is Fowler. Call him Garth, make you know. Ras Daniel live in front of Garth. By this time, I'm living with Garth now. Because when Garth met me now as a fiery little Rasta youth and thing, there were 2 ital youth in the community, one by the name of Presser Foot and one by the name of Cat. These guys don't drink pipe water. These guys don't bathe in the shower. These guys go to river every day and bathe, strictly ital food and thing. And then we had now some bigger Rasta like Javik and like Wesley. And maybe about 2 more big man Rasta. So I was like, no, what you would call me, you know, like first commercial Rasta in the neighborhood. Because I didn't take it to the extreme like Cat and the next Rasta virgin I tell you about, Presser Foot. The man they tried in a banana leaf and Ray, and I didn't pick up that trad. I refused to pick up that trad.
You didn't want so deep.
I wanted it deep, but I was a fashion guy, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't want to wear banana leaf and crocus bag. One of my mentors wear a lot of crocus bag and banana leaf, which was Ras Daniel Hartman. See? And in those days now, trading is a lot of trading and thing. When my brethren come from England, Kodja Brown, in a robe and thing, but I used to wear a lot of Lee suit. So I'll be trading in these dreads, these ital dreads, and I'm in my Lee suit, or I'm in my leather jacket, and they're like, bun that, and you need to start dress proper, you know. Dressing proper mean wearing crocus bag. You know what is crocus bag?
Yes.
And wearing banana leaf, and that is what they would call dressing proper in that time. You know, I used to have my grandmother was in England, so my grandmother used to send some nice clothes for me. But every time she sent my parcel, my shirt them would be very big. My shirt them would be reaching me on my knee, and them kind of style there. So that was when I get the name Shot.
Got you. From
a man named Cracker John, who had a bar, who had a little plaza on my corner that was called Big Road. So Cracker John named me Shot. You know?
Right there. Before we even get too far, you were telling me why you walked to Montego Bay.
Well, I'm on the Kodja Brown I'm on the Kodja Brown training now. And I started to Kojo Brown now. Remember, he was an ex-British soldier, you know. I need to learn discipline. You know? I need to learn some discipline because maybe I was too commercial, gambling and doing all kind of stuff. So that is my training now. One day I can remember him give me, him had $22,000 and he gave me to have it in a bag. And him say, well, hear this, we're going to Montego Bay, you know, and we're walking. And I'm like, Kojo, we're walking, I have so much money. Him say, yeah. So we start the journey, but this journey go now. The first stop was Spanish Town. And we stop in Spanish Town, Kojo hook up with some brethren, lick some chalice. We spend like a day or two, lick some chalice, cook some Mykal food, and we move on. Our next stop could be maybe Maypen. And that's how we're making the stop there, Mandeville. You know, St. Elizabeth going along the way, meeting Ras and ting and ting. And when I reached St. Elizabeth, I was so tired and burned out. Kojo went into a shop to get something, and I saw a country bus. We say Montego Bay. And I just jump on it to the money. And I couldn't take the walk in the morning. I reached Montego Bay. I had to wait on Kojo for a couple of days before him come. You know, when he reached Montego Bay, we link up and, you know, Kojo had a lot of friends in Montego Bay and Negril. Kojo is the one who introduced me to Negril. You know, Kojo was the first person who built a hotel in Negril by the name of Tin Cent Pen. Because by that time, now we were kicking it with the Queen cousin. A guy by the name of Steve Quinto. He was a family of Queen Elizabeth. And he was in
Jamaica.
Well, he came there, met Kojo, and stayed there for quite a while. He was pumping in a lot of millions into us. You know, we were driving like 13 rental cars. Our entourage was like 40, 50 people. He built that big hotel in Negril at Tin Cent Pen, and you know, now I'm meeting like princesses from Morocco and Prince, and you know, when the big ship come, the ship would park out in the harbor and the helicopter would fly over and come check Kojo in Negril, and I'm there, and that get messed up after Dudley Thompson realized Dudley Thompson is a big politician. And he said we had given Steve Quinto ganja to smoke and mess him up and we control him mind and one bag of him, and they deport Steve Quinto back to England and they took away the hotel from us and threw us out of Negril, you know. And now we are back in Kingston.
Wow. You understand? Okay, you said you'd met Bob Marley, Bunny Wailer and stuff. Did you ever get to sit down and talk to somebody like Peter Tosh? Because that seems like that was really the one that...
Well, that was an extra. That was an extra. No, all my growing days, people say I behave like Peter Tosh. Wasn't so extreme, but I was slender, very slender like him, and very tall. And I used to wear a lot of beret. And if you notice, Peter Tosh, we used to wear some glass, we call them welding glass, that you well in. But after a while, they start commercializing those welding glass, and we start to dress in them. It's a glass with a shield right at the side here. You may know it. Yes. When you have it on, it have a shield here. So I used to wear those glasses. I used to wear those and wear beret and things. So I look like Peter very much and things, but I never used to be close to Peter. In other words, I never was close to none of them. Because, you know, as I said, they were very intimidating and thing. And I, as a youth, I used to keep my distance. I'm there with them, but I'm in the background. I am always in the background up to today.
Yeah.
I don't like the front. That's why even on stage, if you follow me on stage, I am in the background all the while. You know, I don't like to be up front. You know, I don't really like people, you know, because I'm not people friendly. You understand? So I always stay in the background. So I can remember I've only remember spoken to Bob maybe 2 or 3 times in my old trading, that trading I'm telling you about. And I might talk to Bunny maybe a little bit more. But I never really talked to Peter. Because Peter was not at Wailing Soul every day like Bob and Bunny. You know, I can remember the 2 times I talked to Bob. My girlfriend came to check me. And I saw her walk past. But then I can't see her. And I'm like, but she should reach by now where she is. So I get up to go look for her. And when I went around the corner, I saw her talking to Bob. And she's looking up in Bob's face like, this is Jesus Christ. You know? Here is Jesus. And I'm like, Bob, that's my girlfriend, you know. And then they're like, yeah, you what for you? I'm say, yeah, man, I'm my girl, that man. Because, you know, Bob, I never see a man or woman loves in my life. Trust me. We can't blame Bob for his 13 children and all this day. This man was loved by woman unconditionally.
Okay.
That was one time I talked to Bob. The next time I talked to Bob was, you know, Bob come to rehearsal like 10 o'clock in the morning and stop like 5. Then they play football till about 7 or so. And one morning he came to rehearsal and I was the only one there because he came early. And he asked me if I want half a stick of weed. And time the weed used to sell in stick. And I said yes. And then cut the stick. And then give me a half. So that is 2 times I remember talking to Bob after being around Bob for maybe 2 years or whatever. Well, Bunny Wailers now, he bring off a card on me. My friend now from Waterhouse, his mother work at a music store. And he's always telling me about this custom-built acoustic guitar. And I wanted a guitar. I'm like, I need a guitar. So I raised some money, you know, and I went and buy that guitar down in King Street. And I buy the guitar today. I walk all the way from King Street to Trenchtown to show off my custom-built guitar. Very beautiful acoustic. My first guitar. So I'm going to Trenchtown every day. In the morning, in the evening, me and Garth would catch a bus, come back to Waterhouse, go back, you know, every day we're going there. Because like we're going to school. One morning, about on the 3rd morning, I go up to Trenchtown and my guitar is nowhere to be found. And I'm like, where's my guitar? And the guys then said, Bunny Wailers says film guitar, you know. And I said, Bunny Wailers says film guitar and thing. That can't write. And even Pipe, the lead singer for Wailing Soul, who when I bought the guitar, I walked from King Street to Trenchtown and show Pipe the guitar. He started believing Bunny Wailers. Because Bob Marley, Wailers is the man, you know. Wailers then is the man. Pipe started to believe that the guitar was even Bunny. So what I did, I didn't defend it because I could defend it that time, you know. But if I try to defend it, I'll have to leave Trenchtown for good.
Got you.
And plus, Bunny them was really rough, you know. But I was a bad man I was a rude boy from Waterhouse. But when I reached the Trenchtown, I have to kind of forget my rude boy thing and fall in line.
Yeah.
You know, so I didn't want to fall out with them because I need to be going to Trenchtown to learn the music and the chemistry. Realize them is me, you know, realize them I'm a god and thing and pipe them and thing. And so I just forget it, lose my guitar to Bunny Wailers and the school and thing. Either a year or 2 years after, one day I went to Trenchtown and when I look, here was my guitar in the house. And I said, wait, my guitar this, and a man said, Bunny Wailers carry it back, you know. I'm saying, and I got back my guitar. Hey, after me and Bunny now turn big friend and every time I see him, I say, Bunny, you remember they take on my guitar when you're youth. How old are you so dope, man? Every time you see me, I come up with this guitar business. But him not accepting it, saying it, you know, do it, you know. You know, I got the guitar thing, man, and thing. But we could have let it go because I want to take on my first guitar, you know.
crazy. So then that's your connection with all three of the Wailers. So then now you say you're living with Garth Dennis now. So then what were you guys' moves now towards music?
All right, before living with Garth Dennis now, I'm in the neighborhood, but I'm sleeping here, I'm sleeping there. I want to tell you this now, muscle. I used to stand up on my corner and sleep at night time, you know. And even when I had a friend who live in front of the corner, I have about 3 friends who live in front of the corner. And I say, what, Duck, you can come sleep, you can come take a rest in my yard, you know. And ting and ting and. But I was the only Rasta youth and the only dreadlock. And I said, boy, everything cool in the room, boy, but now come your yard, come sleep in the car. I don't want your mother diss me. So I would just stand up on the corner when every man say, all right, shut, later, you know, tomorrow, and thing. You know, we bleach till like 1 o'clock or so. Every man bleach with me and them say, boy, now go in, you know. And every man gone home. I would be the only one on the corner, you know, until daylight, you know. I even used to draw ganja pipe on the corner. It was a 4-way, we call it Big Road. And we would sit out there with a chalice and draw the chalice. People going to work like 5 o'clock and they would see me out there and me and my crew. So I was like a black sheep in the area. I had a friend by the name of Kaka and Vijan. Vijan we used to live right beside Mykal Rose.
Okay.
When Vijan mother see me talk to him, she getting a spirit. If Kaka mother should look out at the yard and see me and Kaka talking, she start to pray. And start act very weird. I tell you, don't talk to that boy is the devil. And because them time the Rasta thing is vicious, you know, bad man, me I tell you, you know. You understand, people hate Rasta, you know. So that's why if when my friend Sammy tell me, so me can come sleep 9 yard, me I show him say, no, Lego that. You know, he just go and hold it out. So I'm sleeping here, I'm sleeping there, you know. I'm sleeping everywhere. And so when I met Garth, you know, I get a chance to really live somewhere. Because Garth mother now, when Garth come into the neighborhood, Garth them had a nice house. And Garth mother now went to England. And then now Garth had the house for himself now. Because remember me and Garth had tried now like brother, you know. And we are doing a little rehearsal and we are write a little song them and so I had the opportunity now to live somewhere. So I'm living with Garth, you know. You know. But that at that time now I'm gambling also, so I can afford to find food, you know. And I can afford to find weed. You know, because at the time they no muscle. We have smoke weed like, you know mean like a pound of weed we have and 2 pounds of weed and we have drag ganja pipe 16 away, 20 away. When you walk past Mykal Rose, you had to draw a pipe, you know, a 16 and 20 away, you know. And when Mykal Rose hailed me as a youth, because I'm about 7-year-old and Mykal and him father is not there, so me run out and see the crew, see the posse come, because we have to pass Mykal Rose yard for the draw ganja pipe. And him still passing, him say, Ducky, chicken. And him stop me. And I say, what you way up to today? And I say, boy, I write a one tune, you know. I know I sing a tune yesterday at the studio. And I say, who you sing it for? And then me say, 90. Or me say, who say, and I say, let me hear it now. And him sing it and thing. And I say, my youth, you love sing like Oriya Sunday. So, if you're not singing like Oriya Sunday, him singing like Dennis Brown. If you're not singing like Dennis Brown, I'm singing like Ken Boat, you know? And I'm like, you need to start singing like yourself, you know? You love singing like people, so, but, you know, because Mykal Rose was into music long before me, you know?
Okay.
And Garth, you know? Because much as Garth come from Trenchtown, you know? Garth was not into music. Yet Garth knew all these guys rehearsing Garth yard, Ken Boat, Joe Higgs, Alton Ellis, Babande, all of them, Trenchtown, you name it. But Garth did not cite music in Trenchtown. Garth was a sportsman.
Yes.
Could play cricket good. Good cricketer, good footballer. And Garth brother, I think Garth brother play for West Indies, make the West Indies team already, you know. Maybe, you know, because they came from a Garth brother was one of the greatest footballer alongside Skill Cole by the name of Dangodi. My Skill Cole have a veer together. So now I'm living somewhere now. I'm living at Garth place. Now we have this big 4-bedroom, whatever. And we have chant Rasta and we have cook and, you know, and thing I was settling in there so now.
All right. With thing there, as I said, so then you, Garth, Dennis, you guys are doing your thing. When did you connect now with Don Carlos? How did he come in?
All right, now, me and Garth is doing a little thing, rehearsing, no recording yet. You know, as I tell you, Garth was a little in front of me, both with singing and playing. And then could sing harmony good because I'm around Joyx and all these guys all in life. I'm around Wailing Soul. He's just not singing as a singer, but he's around them. He know the chemistry. He know it more than me. So me have my guitar. I got a knack. I don't remember if I had the same guitar that Bunny took out. You know, I had a guitar before that. Because when I meet Garth, I had a guitar. So I buy my custom built guitar after I meet Garth. Upgrade. You know. So now Garth is there now. I tell you, boy, one but farmer group, ABC. But none of my friends is interested in singing. None of them.
Yeah.
I come from a community of, we had a famous singer in Waterhouse. I think him sing a song named Hello Carol, and Depending on You. But apart from him, there was a next guy named Ferdy. He went to England, famous dancer and singer. And then we have Yakabu, the next big Jamaican dancer. We had Juby, a next big dancer. And then downtown now you had Persian the Cat and a member of the G's by the name of Roddy. Was a very good dancer too. I met him he was a family, I think, of Glenn. Remember telling you about Glenn Pusey? And the days in Moore Street. And I heard about Dan because by that time Dan is kicking it with Errol Dunkley.
Okay.
But Dan lived at a place we call Wailers, down by Tubby's Way. And I think it was the same guy who called me and tell me about Garth, my friend Longting, who lived beside Garth yard. I think it was him tell me about Dan. When I was listening to Garth in the interview the other day, he mentioned that it was Mowley. But I think he make a mistake there, so I think it was Longting. Me and Garth went and checked Dan. Where you them time there, you know. I'm going to go check Dan, they sit down with a guitar. My box 2 card, and I said, well, my youth. By that time, Dan had already voiced a tune with Dunkley.
Okay.
I think that time the Dunkley have Black Cinderella or something like that. Where can I find my Black Cinderella? Or did it little after, or by that time he had it. So, so I'm done. I was the one who named him Dan, you know. So them want to accept it or not because listen this. I was a Dan from in the 60s, early 60s or middle 60s. I think I was the first man in Jamaica named Dan Carleone because we were mafia-minded. You know, some of my crew, some of my friends, them always read mafia book. Behave like mafia. You know, dress like mafia. And tell yourself, so he's mafias. My top man used to name Gambino, aka Scorpion. And I used to name Dan Carleone. And all of us had mafia names. So when I meet Dan and him name Carlos, I said, Carlos, I don't man, you need to put on the Dan on it. Me take credit for that. So Dan Carlos come name Dan Carlos. Can you hear this? Dan Carlos was a very laid back youth, you know. A youth where I said very quiet, very peaceful. Garth was like that too. But Garth have a time where the trench town behavior had a jump out in him, you know. not very aggressive too much, like even me. But him have a time when him aggressiveness jump out, you have to watch it, you know, as a little short man. And he was a real jockey, you know. And real road boy jockey, chat too much to her. I think that was another problem. Even up until today, I talk too much and I look too serious and really. So I said, Dan, who want farm a little thing, you know? And I say, eh. And so yeah, man, and some farm up with Dan. Me, Dan and Garth farm up now. And we are hang out now and we are going now, and one day me and Garth, Dan was not there. One day me and Garth in front of St. Patrick Church, right at Wayne Smith yard. That are the Slenteng brother. And we have a friend named Scientist. But everybody have him saying mad in the neighborhood. Because I read a lot. And he use certain words in them time the way blew away. We don't have a clue what they mean and thing. So he said, what happened? What up to? So we're there, you know. So we don't have a name. God, the whole neighbor would have seen we walk around the guitar now, and every little chance we get to sing a tune for a man, and we have got on a Junior and Ray, and we have go up a Dizzy, go draw weed, we have a guitar car. Got to fall in everything now, you know. Now the whole Waterhouse crew now, you know. Got to start dreadlock rasta now, you know. And we have beat pipe hard now, you know. He said, you what? You don't have a name? We said, no, you know. He said, me have a name for you, you know. And I said, what? He said, Uhuru. He said, Uhuru. The name kind of make me feel all embarrassed. And I said, what kind of, in the 60s, what kind of name that, man? Uhuru. I was even ashamed to tell people our group name.
Okay.
When them see me and Garth at Jam, and they say, what the name? We go on like we don't hear them. Because Uhuru sounds so strange. In Garth history, Garth said, scientists gave him the name. I don't know that come because I was there when scientists said Uhuru. Whosoever scientists give the name, that don't make a difference because me and Garth is Uhuru now.
Yeah.
And Dan Farley and we are going and thing. And we carried Dan go Trenchtown a couple times, but Dan didn't like it. Because to Dan call us now, Bob and Bunny them was very intimidating. And as I tell you, Dan was a very laid back, cool guy. So he never liked the Trenchtown vibes. You know, so in back half of the Trenchtown thing with me and Garth. You know? Me and Garth and Dan are box round now, you know? Dan still hang out with Dunkley, Errol Dunkley, and thing and yeah. And me and Dan and Garth do 2 single. Tommy Cowan. You have Tommy Cowan?
Of course.
That was the guy who was Rasta around Bob Marley and now becomes a Rasta hater. Tommy Cowan was the husband of Valerie Cowan, which was like a man. When I hook up with Island, she was the one who Island assigned to me and Mykal as what you call it? We goofer. You know, because we signed now to a company. We don't do things to ourselves again. And Valerie was with. And she had a bigger goofer name, Denise Mills. I didn't get to that yet. That is what I discovered. So we met Tommy Cowan. And Tommy Cowan was the first man who recorded us. He recorded us. We did a song named Folk Song. That was first Uhuru, because we don't name Black yet, you know. We name Uhuru now. The first song was recorded by Tommy Cowan on the Top Cat label for Dynamics.
Yes.
The day we did that song, I had some problem with my part. And Beres Gardner was at the studio. And Beres Gardner helped me out with my part. I don't remember if Beres Gardner sing my part fully all right, had a little input in my part too. But Berris Gardner did the major work with my part. So that's what Garth is telling you about, that the first song we do, Duckie never sing. Rare, and like him a score point. But I don't care if I sing or not, because Beanie was boom. Beanie man, the king was buoy by 40,000 people in the National Stadium and still become the biggest star. So when I don't, it's over 50 a year now in the muscle. And I know all about nothing. I don't remember if I sing in a folk song or if I just sing a little piece, because it would give me a problem.
Yeah.
And we did folk song, and we did a next song now for Randy's name, Time Is On Our Side. But I want to get a joke now when I meet you now. I'm going to play this year. I'm going to play that song for you. I have both of them. But I'm going to play Time Is On Our Side for you. And the reason why I'm going to play it, Garth was putting me down on the first song. Here is we doing our second song now, and Garth is song harmony right through the song. Because Garth was the lead singer, you know.
Okay, he was the original lead singer.
Yes. He was the lead singer. Folk song, Garth did the lead. Time Is On Our Side, Garth did the lead. But it's so funny, him didn't sing lead, him sing harmony. So here was we singing a song, straight through the song, and all we singing the traway was harmony. You want to hear it? It's some of the best harmony ever hear. And when the song was going to finish, maybe 2 seconds of the song left, that's when Garth started to sing lead.
Okay.
But the song was recorded and for Randy's, which is the guy, you know, we call himself VP. And folk song was released, you know, didn't do much, but we had a record now walking around folk song. And Time Is On Our Side, we're walking around with it too. And like, when we play it for like a big singer, let me say, but tell me something. But man in the trail not sing lead. Man in the trail not sing, man. But the lead there. You know? But we not care. We have 2 songs now. You know, it's rough now, you know. Rastafari, you know, and the pressure is up now. And, you know, we have got through it, and Garth got through it now. And we have got through it. And one thing, we have the big house to live. We have the big house to sleep. And as when they said, me house the food, so me and Garth. And when next bridge in the house of food, so I just saw the food cooker Garth yard, all transaction happen there. So. So Don Carlos leave and go work. And go turn postman.
Okay, so he wasn't a postman before he joined the group. He turned a postman
No. If you listen to the interview here and talk of Don Carlos, the postman, who used to give him an orange every morning. Me and Garth not hang with them too much now. Me and Garth, and we can go Trenchtown a few times before he turned postman, and he never had the Trenchtown vibes. So it's me and Garth, you know. And my friend now, one of my friends when he grew up with, which was Glenn Pusey, John Dillinger cousin. His name Winston, he was the bright one around us, who got a lot of scholarship and went to university. And then there was a Syrian guy in Jamaica by the name of Ziadis, the Ziadis. It's a family. They had 7 big stores downtown.
Okay.
And that guy sent Winston Clark to university and sent him to university in Toronto. And my friend Winston now is becoming a doctor. And when him come to Jamaica, he come and look for me. A Waterhouse, him give me a thing and we there. And one day him come down on vacation and him come, a Waterhouse come look for me. And him come, him stay up a gun play. You know, him stay up a gun and him take me one side and I say, Duckie, you can't live so, you know. No, man. Dead, you have a dead, man. You have to shake up your life and you need to trim and then thing there. And I saw me have a trim, you know. Blah, blah, blah. But you are Duckie. I have a man that can carry you too, you know. And then he help you, you know. He's the same man that help me send me to a university at Jamaica and send me to a university at Canada and see me a turn doctor now. I go and carry to that man there. And he took me to a man named Zede. And me start grow soul. Because by them time, you know, a soul thing, you know, remember you see Bob Soul now? And Angela Davis and the whole soul here thing. And took me to Zede. And Zede give me a job in a big main store selling coat, selling suit. So I am away from Waterhouse now. I am now working and living in Ellison Flat.
Okay.
That's like top of the line nigger class area. My friend Fano, who met me know, my friend Fano was a friend of Winston Clark. So that's how I know Fano. So Winston was a doctor, young doctor, and Fano them was young pharmacists. So I'm not going to Waterhouse again or Trenchtown now. I'm kicking it with these guys. Winston is in Canada. And I'm kicking it with these pharmacist guys now in Cass. People even think I am attending Cass now, but I'm not attending no Cass. I'm kicking it with the Cass crew. And I'm learning karate now, Shotokan. And my life changed now. I'm not in Waterhouse now. And I'm living in big middle class here. And I'm working. I'm getting like $16 a week. I feel great now, one thing. And Fano got a scholarship to Howard. And Fano left his mother house with me in Ellison Flats. And I was supposed to pay a small mortgage because I'm getting like $16 a week. And my mortgage might be like $7. And I lost my friend house. I lose the house. I lose the man big mega class house in Ellison Flats. Him could even tell him mother. Me and him, we never even argue about it. Me and him a friend up to this day. And thing. Fano said, look, I want to produce 2 tunes with Wailing Soul in a car. Fano is coming to Trenchtown now. When I leave work at daytime now, I don't go to Waterhouse again. I go to Trenchtown.
Got you.
And Fano put some money together and produced 2 songs with Wailing Soul. And I did those 2 songs with Wailing Soul too, because Fano was my friend and Fano was spending the money. When I met Wailing Soul, it was 4 people. Pipe, the lead singer, Bread, Buddy, and Boo. Pipe did those 2 songs for my brethren. Nothing really great never happened. And thing. And Boo migrate.
Got you.
I learn a lot from Wailing Soul musically, you know. Guitar thing, you know. Boo was one of me. Like what I used to watch Bob Marley and Bunny. That's why I used to pattern Boo to great harmony singer. You know? And all of these guys could sing lead too. But Pipe the most lead. Pipe the lead singer. Boo went to Canada. And I got the invitation from Pipe them. Because me and Pipe them was very close. And said, Doc, you can take Boo's space, you know. As the 4th man, you know. And I can remember I tell Pipe, say, boy, Pipe, I want to continue my little Uhuru thing, you know. I want to build my little thing because for me, going on vibes and now with 3 other men and go be a 4th man now, take Boo's space, that wasn't me.
Yeah.
I want to have my own group. After I do that, with Garth got the chance, Pipe them got a session. I think that session was for Channel 1. And Pipe give me the invitation again, say I want to come sing some harmony, rare, take booth. And I tell Pipe, say I better check Garth. And Pipe check Garth to do the session. And the session was a success. I think them got 4 number 1 or 2 number 1 out of that session. So Garth is wailing soul now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only time I know Garth was wailing soul. I didn't know Garth as an original member of Wailing Soul.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I met Wailing Soul was 4 people. And the only way Garth could be an original member, unless Garth was Wailing Soul. Before that, I don't know of that.
Mm-hmm. That came after the fact. That came even after you did music with them, was where he did music with them.
Yes. But watch this now. Me and Rose is boxing around now because by this time, we recruit Mykal. Mykal.
Okay. So it was originally 3. It was 3 you guys. You, Garth, and Don Carlos. Don Carlos went and did Post Office, and then you guys brought in Mykal Rose. So was the 3 you guys again?
Not right away. Mm-hmm. Because I'm still trying to get Mykal Rose now to take Don Carlos' spot.
Got you.
But Mykal Rose is doing cabaret.
Mm-hmm.
Mykal Rose was a great R&B singer. At a very young age, he's doing cabaret in the hotel them.
Mm-hmm.
And Mykal Rose was what you'd call now a boogaloo guy.
What do you
6-inch shoes.
Mm-hmm.
6-inch shoes. Bellfoot pants. Big old soul hair.
Mm-hmm.
So in those days we call them boogaloo. Sly was one of them guys that too.
Mm-hmm.
Down the line I will tell you a drama with me and Sly through that same thing that too. So we as Rasta youth now, like me as Rasta youth now, used to burn them guys there.
Mm-hmm.
Them time you know, make me light parks, the termites. I pass my corner every day. And I see light parks and I pass with burn them. Fire! Boogaloo boy and this is Sly we burn him too.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Yeah, so Mykal was out there musically before me. Because Mykal was like a studio groupie. He know all the producers, him go all the studios. And by this time now, Mykal Rose had done 22 singles already. Had recorded. Before Mykal hook up with me,
yeah,
he had already recorded 22 singles.
Okay.
And things was out there.
Mm-hmm.
Always a show me in song them. Tell me about the producer, them and Ray, and I say, yeah, but so I always a check him, say, what, come link up with me and come sing with me and that, you know. I see Mykal Rose every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, boy, I can't left the hotel work, you know. Because Mykal Rose start get kids at a very young age.
Okay.
Mykal Rose could have start get kids about when they are 15, 14-year-old.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So you must show me, say, boy, I don't want to link up with it. But you can't left the work down at the North Coast. Because I kind of in my thing now, I get good in my thing now, because when I sing some tune to me now, I will sing back some tune to him, but I not record yet. And I say, I saw you for sing on him. So I always check him, say, come sing with me, no man, come join up with me and Garth, you know, man. And one day I come from my corner, and I come from my corner, I say, Mykal Rose. I say, where you do your man in a Ghana work? And him say, no, them fire him. I say, them fire you? For what? Him say, them catch me and smoke a spliff at the hotel and fire me.
Mm-hmm.
And me look at him and say, the best thing ever happened to you in your life. Me and Mykal Rose hook up now.
Mm-hmm.
We are going now one thing. And by this time, got to get trapped in a Wailing Soul.
Mm-hmm.
Here is you now start singing with a group. We want to pitch out #1 like joke. You can't left that now to come back, come sing with Duckie.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't have the confidence in the thing like how Duckie have the confidence now and want to continue our own thing. So you get trapped in a Wailing Soul.
Got you.
Whether I want left or not, him can't left now because Wailing Soul a kick down the place. Me and Rose a kick it and me and Rose a kick it and Jammy's now. So Jammy's not the player now. More time we go down at Tubby's and you know we see Bunny Lee and Ray Rose vice, you know, man can't tell me for vice. From a man see me, they want to argue, they want to talk to me. Auntie. When me and Rose, when John is ready for me and Rose now, we do have a third man. You ever hear about Gears yet?
Yes, man.
Herald Gears. Roddy. That I see him Dillinger cousin from Moore Street, Roddy, where was a dancer to. And Schooner Tubby's brother. Them have about 2 #1 and get a tour, them first tour to the United States. And Schooner run away. One of the greatest singers, you know, man. I tell you, man, the brother have a voice like Slim Smith, man.
Yeah.
Schooner run away. And left Errol and Roddy stranded now without a lead singer. So me said to GS, we have a session with Jammies, you know. They like you fulfill it, you know. And GS come fulfill it and that's how we do the album for Jammies. You know? GS would be a Black Uhuru now, but GS and Mykal Rose can't get on.
Got you.
God. It's hard to get on with Mykal. Me and him, the younger man, can get on. You know? So GS, boy, I don't never flash, you know, because I don't like what I youth to behave, you know. And plus, GS, it still have film third man, too.
Okay, so they had the third person now.
Yeah, so GS still try look at lead singer, too. Instead of come bury himself down in a my thing with Mykal, and I get this from Mykal. Because me and GS was very cool. Jesus is a Waterhouse man too. You know? Roddy a Waterhouse man, Schooner a Waterhouse man. So when me do some drawback for Garth, you know, for come to the session with Jammies, do the LP, you must say, boy, I can't come in a duck. You see the situation. I'm really see the situation. Can't pressure him. So we and GS do the album for Jammies.
So he wasn't an official member. He was just there to do the album.
I wanted him to be an official member. I wanted to take him away from GS. But because of the friction with him and Mykal all the while, that was not gonna work.
And then this album that you're talking about, this was originally named Love Crisis.
Big time. It becomes Black Sounds of Freedom. Black Uhuru, whatever.
And this was
when I name Black Uhuru yet, you know.
Yes. What was your name at that time there then?
Uhuru. We're going to name Black Uhuru now after we do the album for Jammies. When we meet my mentor named Kodja Brown. One day he said to me, say, this Uhuru business, what kind of Uhuru you deal with? White Uhuru or what? You need to call yourself Black Uhuru. That's people can know you deal with. And it's so we add the black.
From there, because I know I've seen somewhere where was it named Black Sounds Hero?
Black Sounds of Freedom. That's you see, John is now he released the album 5 times, you know. So every time he release it, he get a different touch. Love Crisis, Black Sounds of Freedom, Black Uhuru, whatsoever. Black, you understand? So that's why that album has so much name.
But originally, that was the first one you guys put together as a project in '77.
No, I don't know where that I see that information all the while. And even Jammies himself said the album was released in '75. But I think that album was released in about not sure, but I don't think it's '75, you know. But
you think it was earlier or later?
A little bit earlier, yeah. I think so, but Jammies could be right. I know some people don't forget nothing.
Okay, so then now you guys recorded this album, but Mykal Rose and Errol, they're not getting along. So did you guys start to perform, or what did this do for you guys' career when this album came out?
With Garth, you know, remember with Garth and Dan, we never done a performance. So my first performance was gonna be with Mykal Rose.
Got you.
So me and Mykal Rose is training now and is rehearsing now, and he still have this Dennis Brown and this John Holt and this Ken Boot kind of sound, and I'm showing some Mykal, the sound that will level the sound there. You need to find your own sound. You say, what you mean? You say you need to deliver a sound. That's when you start singing. You don't sing like Dennis Brown, blah, 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 blah. You say, oh, we are going to do that. You say, me have an idea, you know. We need to start training. And so me are going to get into physical fitness now. We say, we need to start training and we need to start run. And the more you run, I don't know where I get them idea there from, or I don't remember why I know them thing there. But I was a great reader as a man who leaves school at 11-year-old. Self-taught. I learned to read from reading mafia books and cowboy books and rare. Learn myself to read good. So me and Mykal Rose start to some serious training now. Very serious training. That's now, we develop so much. That's Mykal Rose is running 10 miles. It's like he just chalk up that like a patty. And me can do the 10 mile, but the time me do like 4 mile or maybe 5 mile, me have to start walk and walk and try catch up. In other words, me can't run like Mykal Rose. Mykal Rose a run now. And Mykal vocal a develop now. Mykal Rose was a singing nuisance, you know. Mykal Rose would get up in the community at 5 o'clock in the morning and sing right through the goddamn community and wake up everybody like a rooster. When people hear Mykal Rose sing, they turn it dark, you know. And when we left out our yard and we are going to run from Waterhouse to Port Henderson. Some people used to use Mykal Rose as a cue for wake up in the morning time. Because this man, yeah, it is like I sing and my developing vocal. Everywhere I'm going to sing with them on the bus and sing. Driver say, boy, come off of the bus so you can sing. So top nice man and my sing and my developing vocal. Developing vocal now. That's when him start opening him out now. Don't sound like no Dennis Brown or no Oriya Sunday. I remember I tell you Mykal did 22 singles.
Yes.
Before then him start sing. So he always introduced me to them producers and said, look, go check them producers. I'm not on that, you know. Now go check 9 and them joker there, you know. And them producer they joke, all of them are thief, you know. Not depend that because 22 songs you sing, I know you don't get $1. Pity did I know I was gonna walk in the same trap. Can you believe it? Wickeder trap than that. During the animal sing now, me animal a train now one thing. We make a song them and we are going. And one day he said to me, say, Duck. Because Mykal was calling me Duck. Me could go check Sly, you know, man. You see, I could go check Joe Gibson. Mykal was no Dennis Brown. Good.
Okay.
Very good. Coming by out there, you know. If they might beat the studio there, me not out there, me a Waterhouse youth, but they left Waterhouse. Rude boy business and Rasta business and ganja pipe me I deal with. And I think we go check Dennis one day. And Joe Gibbs want to do a session for me. So I nah do it, you know. I prefer do a session for Dennis Brown.
Okay.
And me and him do 2 tunes for Dennis Brown. One name, Wood from a Fire, written by me. And one name, Rent Man, written by him. But we still got give Sly a little check before that. But Sly kind of box. Sly not ready for it yet.
Yeah.
You know, me I go meet Sly. Remember, me know Sly from Waterhouse, so I born in my past. Reggae, me know blah, blah, blah. So the first this time I gets close to Sly now. Me and Rose go check him one man in a channel one. And they must screw up him drum. Him sit down on the drum and I screw it up. And when we walk up to him hold up him head sideways, so. And him say, what, Mykal? Mykal say, what, Mbaya? That's Sly name Mbaya too, you know. We have a lot of different names, you know, the whole of it. Mykal say, what, Mbaya? And him put back down him head and I screw up him drum. And him hold up him head again. And him look for me. And him say, who that, Mykal? And Mykal say, a Duckie, you know. And me and him a sing now, you know. And man no have me as singer, and man have me as road boy, you know. So now they tell Sly, you, Mykal, do so much sing. And out there, I every studio and thing, you know, you understand? I tell me about a you and Duckie sing now. Me read the whole thing on Sly face, you know. So when Sly say, who that, Mykal? And him say, a Duckie, you know. It's like Sly face. I said, when Sly when I said, Duckie. You don't need no man to sing. Big and anyhow, so Sly now voice way. We are going to check him and try, because we meet him a morning time after we done run. We go to Sly yard, I do in the park, go meet him. And his sister, boil green banana and cabbage give it. Seeing because I never see a man eat green banana and cabbage in my life, so yet. That's Sly used to eat every morning. And we make sure catch Sly in the yard to eat some of that. And sometimes my sister give me all the little food. She cut her eye off for me and shove the plate for me. Because Baya make she know, say, you have to give Duckie and Rose food. And we are going to like every morning after we training. We just run from Port Tennyson, go out in the park. So my sister don't like the sight of us of her ass. I've never said on myself, so now get big and show off on her girl. Anyhow, that's our history. So it's when we do the two tune for Dennis Brown, Wood from a Fire, and Rent Man, because before the album we do for Jammies, you know, that a tear down England underground, you know.
Okay.
That a tear down every dance in England, you know, underground, you know. And now play a Jamaica, because you're the tricky night now. Jammies used to carry a tune them in England, but release them. And you a Jamaica, don't hear them or don't know nothing of them. Only if a man go there and come back and said, Doc, you are the big man of England, you know. My tune a mash up England for 3 years. And we don't have a clue. Because enough man now go to England yet. Only the pirate them a go to England like Bunny Lee and 90 and some more pirates. So we know most of the singers them don't know where we are going. It's when you go to England for the first time, you go find so then, but you know, they're a big star of England. So by either hear them tune they talk. But in them days, the sing over cover song was the other day.
Yes.
And we as a new fresh singer come up and do 10 original, 8 original for Jammies on the album. And we sing over Sun is Shining, which was a Bob Marley song. And we sing a song named African Love, which was not my song. On that first album, Love Crisis, which was the name of the album. That was a song that we took from Mykal catalog out of that 22 song.
Okay, so that was originally his song.
Yes, because out of that 22 song when Mykal had sing before me and him link up. We took 2 songs from that catalog. We did over 2 songs from that catalog, which was Love Crisis. And when we start work for Sly, we did Guess Who Is Coming to Dinner.
Yes, we're not ready for that part there yet. So as I said, with that, because that was down in the when you guys were on fire, guess who's coming for dinner? So
Sure,
we're not ready for that part.
We're not really talk about that yet. So listen this now. Sly, when Sly hear wood from a fire and rent man, it's like him have to start pay attention now. What we do for Dennis Brown? And him say, all right, here what? I'm going to give you a session, you know. Them days are now in a muscle. They're among Sly, them in on the thing. Yeah, I go have no say, me's a gambler, so me still not too hungry, but sometimes we still hungry, you know. It hard for Mykal Rose, you know. Mykal got to a stage when me look upon all my brethren, man, water run out of my eye, man. I have some history about them history. I have to go in my book in a muzzle. You know, when it comes to all history with me and Mykal Rose and certain people, I feel in my book. Yeah. So I have to kind of sidestep certain history.
Okay, let me ask you this. When did he come up with the ad-libs, his infamous ad-libs now? How did he come up and when did he come up with those?
I think Sly introduced him to an album by the name with Nina Simone. He would have 1 and 2 slur before that in those 22 songs, you know. So I don't know, because when he do those 22 songs, he would still a link with Sly, you know. Other things say, you understand, maybe him do one song for Sly or whatever, but I think that's those slur, he master them slur there when Sly introduced him to a Nina Simone album. You know? And if in a living dread, you know, in a living dread, I create some of those slur too. And with input in some of him slur. If you listen living dread, you know, serious slur, man. Some of those slur was mine, because that song was written by me. So I start pay attention now, and him give you a session, and that session was Sun is Shining. And next Bob Marley song. And me assure Rose, me not really know the sing over thing with Baya, you know. Because we have only for original tune and we tune them, but I mean, now I go take the sing over part, like Tomlin's them, and all of them singer there. We get caught up in the sing over business. Because if you sing over tune and get famous, you know, you have to keep on the street there.
Because that's what made you famous in the first place.
All right. So after we do Sun is Shining, and me and Rose do a tune him Aquarius. And me assure him say, boy, I'm not sing that, you know. Because me is a man now, as a general, have my own mind. And me assure him say, I'm not sing that. And I think one day them send me for Puma. Puma in the player now. After Sun is Shining, Puma in the player now.
Back up a bit then. How did you meet Puma? Because now, is it still just you and Mykal Rose as a group? You needed a third member? Okay. And the thing with Puma now, she's a female. You guys had strictly males, and she's American. So
the reason why that up now, whenever I draw for a third person, who was having problem now with the harmony, with the third person, by that time I could sing harmony good now, you know. But sometimes we tends to sing, what you call it, when you sing the same thing. When you're harmony man, I sing the same thing, you have a name for it.
Okay.
If you're going to a man's studio and sing that, you run it out of the studio and ban you. You don't remember them call that muscle man?
No.
Then you're the man sing the same thing, man. I remember harmony, one man have a tenor, alto, you know, falsetto. So I used to have problem more time. The young man I never have no problem with was Jays. When me and Jays are singing harmony, because Jays was a very good harmony singer. Jays could have hold him, you understand? Stay upon when if stay upon. So I say to myself, say, you know something. I watch Bunny and do all of them and I say, you know something. I think I should have sing with a girl, you know. Because I hear what. Them call it unity.
Okay.
When two people are singing the same thing. And a man stop the session and run out of the studio and say, boy, every time you come in here, you sing unity. But I tell you something, I don't want to use you to come at the studio. So hear me do now. Me say to myself now, because I say, you know, something I'm going to get a female. Because if me and the female even sing unity, it will be good because a female have a different tone from a male. So as much as me and her are singing the same thing, it will sound beautiful. It's me, come get unity singing popular in Jamaica, you know. Because it's unity Black Uhuru sing.
But it's because there was a female voice and a male voice.
None is singing the same thing. The same falsetto, the same whatever, but it's two different tones. So when you hear it, it's beautiful, and I deal with sound. Because more time I sing, you only say, and the man say, but you never sing the same thing, you know, I say, yeah. You only say we're singing, when I sing harmony, you know. And you can listen back the song then. You never know when you sing from Puma, because no for them song, they are shining and them song there. When you hear them and think it's Puma sing, it's me a sing. Me and Puma sing falsetto. I learned the falsetto from Bunny Wailers and Peter. So, you'd ask me how I meet Puma.
Yes.
Back to Kodja Brown, my mentor. He know a youth named Joel, which is Puma husband. One day, me and him go check Joel for Hope Road, and when we go there and I lick two Charles with Joel, I hear a girl singing at the kitchen. And she sing to the album named Kaya. Remember Bob Marley, the first album for Chris Blackwell? Me not signed to Chris yet, you know. She sing to the album Kaya. And I said, Joel, who does that sing? And he said, I'm a wife, you know. And I say, wife? I from everyone who say you're married. He say, yeah, man, I'm married to an American girl, you know. She just come in recently, I'm married to her, you know. He say, yeah, she sound good, you know. And you know, so I look at a woman sing off a sing with. Yeah, man, because I want to change up the sound, you know. I look at a woman sing off a sing with, you know. Ray. And him, we have a little name them time there. And him get excited and say, what? And him call her. And she come out of the kitchen. And I say, my girl, this song good, you know. She sing harmony to Kaya. I'm saying, no more want a girl to sing with. Beautiful American girl, you know. First American girl me ever meet, you know. Beautiful brown, you know. Great Puma Jones, a true Rasta woman, man. As she Rita, as she Judy and Rita, and enough of them Rasta woman there in a Jamaica. Take her dress code and stage and them thing there. I said to her, tomorrow sing with me, you know. And she kind of ifan, but and she said, I'm not a singer, you know. I'm a dancer. So I said, who you dance with? So she danced with Ross Mykal and the son Daphne Gus. And she still there to tell me, say, boy, she's not a singer. And her husband said to her, say, let me tell you something. You see, if Duckie Simpson say you can't sing, you can't sing. You stop telling me about your dancer. If Duckie Simpson say you can't sing, you can't sing. And you need to link up. And I saw Puma go join the group. Bam, we and Puma woke up now. What stardom will come now overnight now? We do some Bam and Slice and never session if you know. Say, all right. Go to studio, light like off. Sometimes we ego, you know. We want the break, you know. Go to studio again the next time. the light lock off. Me and Rose kind of get frost and thing and buyer say, no man, I watch nothing, man. Famous, you know, go famous, you know. It's the light cut off on the 2 times, a great, no great, you know. And the 3rd time would buyer come for me. I try to remember if it was Christmas morning. And he drive up our car and see me on the road and say, what gangster? And I said, there, you know. During my life, what people call me gangster, you know. Never rob anything yet. Never do anything. The only time I ever had a fight in my life is when me and that guy fight over Bob Marley. So I get all these names. Gangster, General, you know, Dan Corleone. It's just who I look. I don't know why people label me as this tough guy and this hard, you know, but that was the next story. My friend named me tough still. And we go to the session, and that session was General Penitentiary, Shine Eye Girl, Abortion, Leaving to Zion. I think we did 8 songs.
All of those songs came out at that session, boss?
Yeah. Showcase. I don't remember if the session took 1 day or it took 2 days, but that Badger song that we gave Sly after Sun is Shining was our 2nd session with Sly. And we did 8 songs. And that 8th song was the showcase, the great showcase. Shine Eye Girl. I write that from my girlfriend, Juliet. Abortion. I write that. Guess who's no, dinner not come yet. General Penitentiary. And me and Rose score write that. And 8th song. Abortion was banned from the album, and we blew up big time. Shine Eye Girl and them sang the now, and I have walk around the place now. Me turn real superstar now, big now, and thing, and 4 number 1, and on the chart 1, 2, 3, 4, and Ray and blah blah. And when we drop na the scene now, we liquid. Culture and Diamonds. Culture and Diamond was the reigning thing. That's even the morning when we all do that session, they will stop. Me and Mykal stop a Diamond yard and lick 2 chalice with Diamond. And we go a studio and start the session. Sly say, oh, no sound like Diamond, so man. Cut out that. And I just like, you know, it's a Diamond, the heart where I come from. And now we blow up now big time. Island them a hear about we now. People years now, and then now when them song they blow up now, then Jammy's song from England now. What we do a couple years ago, Jammy's LP. Jump up to now. That's a song, big up song, you know.
Because that album there had on I Love King Selassie and those songs there.
That is Jammy's album, yeah.
Yes. Because it seemed like because it seemed like all of those songs came out at the same time, even though, as you said, Sly them, they had a different set of songs, and Jammy's had songs from years before.
The reason why it sound that you back. Remember, I tell you that Jammy that me sang them in England, playing underground, and we was famous in England. Not famous, but we were playing in England in every dance. Underground, Black Uhuru, some serious dub. That is why Jammy released a 125 version of Black Uhuru. You see that 10 song we do on the album there for Jammy's? He released a 125 single. And released my album 5 times.
So when you say with the singles, I guess there's remixes and this version and that.
Collaboration. Every artist in Jamaica, they on me and them a collaborate. Or them they on me rhythm. Ori Sunday, Sizzler, every one of them. Because the material is 125. single him release off of that album, you know. 125.
From 10
and I have the documents, I can take it out and show you. Wait for me when I see you. See it, See it, 125. I will show you 125 Black Uhuru single on this. See, it take my friend 30 years. It take one of my white friend 30 years to research all of this. See, when I see you in the flesh, I will show it and you go through it. Yeah. And this is all a Black Uhuru song them. I do 6 albums for Island and then turn it in a 40. I have all of them things I have to show you. And I have all of the CD them too. I have the 125. I have all of the CD them. So this is not no full talk. I have the single them pan where I just show you on paper. All of the single them were released, and I have it on CD. My friend Jammy's released 125 remix, or what you want to call them collaboration, or what you want to call them man them the palm rhythm. And Rare.
Okay, so then this is the question for you. Out of this 125, this albums and stuff, were you guys compensated, or were you guys compensated the way you guys feel you should have been?
And it's so funny, you know. You know, so I can't carry belly for nobody, you know. Because during my career, you know, muscle, I don't earn a cent, you know. And that is an next history again, because I tell you, say, if we go into the thing of the whole day, we're there, you know. That 125 release for Jammy release off of my album as singles and collaboration and my album 5 times. Jammy don't give me $1. I'm a friend still. Him is a man who call me short and true me can't carry belly. If me see Jammy now, I'm a big friend, see me. But me nah go shut up my mouth and go on like me nah go talk. Cause the history this. So me never earn no money from Jammys, and it's not him one. See, I don't earn a cent from Island. I don't earn a cent from us.
We're not ready for Island yet. I want to. Yes, I want to go up until thing there, because you said right now, okay, the 100.
I want to showcase now. Right? All right, now showcase release now, and the single them release first, and Sly, I send them go get Mykal Rose brother in Canada.
Okay.
Name Rap Rose. And this was the time now when Mykal Rose brother start deal with him, start take stock. Because I say more time I want to put on a pattern thing. And I say, Mykal, call her up now. And him call her up. Rap dish him dirt. Can't get not even a pound of flour from Rap. And I say, brother, Coley, man. A, B, C, D, G, and Ray. And Sly sends the song, them go give him, and he release them, and he slide them, go on and thing. When Mykal, when some serious, we name start called serious now, Rap right, Mykal a letter. Mykal show me the letter. And tell Mykal say if a flash left Duckie, because I don't need Duckie, and come to Canada. But at that time, Mykal used to depend upon me musically so much and financially. That's you could tell Mykal nothing negative about Duckie. Not even Sly them could have moved him from Duckie. Because when I tell you, the man them have me as more rude boy, them not have me as no singer. And if you tell the truth in a muscle, I don't want the man have me as no singer, you know. Because I don't like singer, you know. I hate enough singer because them wicked, you know. And I feel so the wickedest set of people, you know. Are the people them in entertainment, you know. The singer and the producer, them, you know. Them wicked more than tax. So me is a man, me is not a singer. Me is just a man who can sing.
I got you.
Because if me come check your muscle, you know, And you say, Doc, come check my muscle. I play some music over my place. And we eat some food, some fish and thing. And you see through your nose and you come, you start spin beer Black Uhuru. And so me draw down. Just tell them my crony, say, watch out. Tell them also to stop play Black Uhuru, you know. I don't want to hear that, you know. And between me, I go say something now you never hear no man say it. That's why I tell you, say I'm not a singer. Me don't even like hear my tune them.
What?
Because when me hear my tune them, I get embarrassed.
Why you say that? You got to explain that there.
Then muscle. A man, singing make me, singing fuck up my head, you know. Singing get me almost mentally disturbed and weird, you know, because watch out. You see the work when me put on muscle, when me slung all my life and dream them things as I you. And you see the work when me put on and realize that me not earn a cent. But if like a man singing at all, see Black Uhuru, you know, Grammy and national a leg of that, you know. See it? Because the man I say see Black Uhuru, I'm a helicopter for park and they will stop this up. When me come check you, I'm a helicopter, I'm flying now. Because I earn them money there. See, my album Red sell make over $500 million US. See, I never say a statement in my life. You know, so me send some documents come give about my album Red. Yeah?
Yep.
You know, so me send a WhatsApp with the history of the album Red come here.
Yep.
All right. So me don't even like here you see me just do it for put like a food in my pot and thing because you see singing, me don't get to take care of my youth them. Oh, me want to take care of my youth them, you know. Because my youth them should have born come see billions of dollars, you know. You know, seeing because me earn it and me do the work. Seeing? So when me I come check you and me in your car I drive. Nobody put in a Black Uhuru Rasta. I don't want to hear that in a muscle. Take out that and put in something else. Because as when I say, when me slow more time and think, you know. But I just choose me militant and me proud. Me never turn cokehead, you know. Because that is our next history again, you know, Molo. Me did there when the coca bus out, you know. Because when me meet, me didn't reach the so yet, me I go too fast.
Okay, listen. This is what I want from you. This is how we're going to end this part here. Up to the Puma, because right now, Sly them, they're just producing. They're not part of the group yet. I want to know when did things...
Who was not part of the group yet?
Sly and Robbie. They weren't a part
I didn't know they were a part of the group, Muscle. Can you believe that?
What do you mean?
You're right, Shark. You're right, Shark. What I mean. Sly and Robbie was Black Uhuru without my knowledge. You understand? And everybody by this time now is telling Mykal, you don't need Duckie. Because most lead singer is very cocky. And them things are them better than them harmony singer. That's why them leave the group so often and leave the harmony singer. And now showcase Shine Night Girl and them tune the General Penitentiary is mashing up the world. Every time now that is thing now you don't need Duckie. You don't need Duckie. See? So it's no fight going. No fight going because my present and my steps. As what Gregory that say. He's the first man who screw and win Grammy. And when me and Gregory meet up and them talk the way he talk, you know. Gregory said about Rude Boy. I tell you something. You don't know Rasta singer. Who you get so famous? You know what I'm saying? You're the first man to screw and win the Grammy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
This time here, did you guys start performing now that you guys have...
All right. My mafia friend them now, my crew now, some of my crew now is living in Kansas City. If I tell you something, you know, muscle. Them information of my book, you know, get a little one here. You know, so the first time I go to America, muscle, I go as a hitman. Here is a man going to America who never even hurt a mosquito yet. Never fire a gun yet. And I am on a plane going to America with some top-notch gangster by the name of Curlew Expangler. Spangy Expangler. Tiger, a detective who leave him work for this mission. And who else? And I am in the crew flying to Kansas City because a guy shoot with Dan, which is Scorpion. And we're going up there to defend it. Now, fair jump, because by this time it's signed to Island now.
I don't want the island yet. I don't want the island yet. We're not ready for island.
All right, sir.
We're ending this episode as you get to island, because that right there.
All right, so we are ending one showcase. The first show now is them gangster mafia guys and my friend them came down for holiday and we were kicking back, and him said to me, say, Gambino said to me, say, Doc, you should have big show that we're going to keep on watching next week. And my brethren I keep it, you know. You say, which in brethren was Cancelecles. And he must say, we can't get you on roast on it, we can't get Uhuru on it, you know. And that's the way you can't get me on that show, the Scorpion, because that show they well advertised. And him said, no man, Cancelecle, I'm a friend. And him called Cancelecle, 1 more week left for the show. And him call Cancelecle and make Cancelecle know, say, put my brethren them on it. And Cancelecle put up on the show, watch it in a theater. And we do the show the night. And this is where we'll get discovered now by a girl named Denise Mills. She was Island Records CEO. A 7-foot Russian Gestapo white girl. She about 7 foot. And she looked like one of them Russian Gestapo. And a she carried with to Chris Blackwell.
And this is where we end this conversation right here.
This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinedmusichut.com.